Oops, bouncing the phone as I'm sending out the sharings. Because sharing is caring, right? Just sharing it out, guys. Um, I'm also going to step off camera for a couple of seconds because I'm making a fresh tea. Okay, I'm making a fresh tea. So I'll be right back in like 2 seconds after I send out all these shares. Divine Rising. I love seeing you come on with your new handle, with your new, all brand new. I love the picture. It's such a good color combo. It's really bright. There. There. I've sent it out to everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so I'm gonna go and very quickly, very quickly, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make my tea because the kettle just popped, and then I'll come back. But I wanted to hurry up and get on here and get it started. I love it. I just love it. It's such a beautiful color combo in that picture. It really is. So I'll be back in just a moment. You guys got this for a couple of seconds, right? You can let everyone know that I'll be right back. Coming, guys. Like I said, just a minute to get the tea and then sit it down. Okay, look at that. Hi, how are you guys doing today? Me, I am processing things. Um, I've been on my healing journey for a long time, and and it's amazing how sometimes you find that new depth, that new level to explore even more. 333 on the time there, and so I had this beautiful opportunity to do some shadow work. Good morning. Good morning. Um, happy sunrise. I can't believe I did, but happy sunrise. I take the rest of the other saying back. So this morning I got up and I'm headachy again. And I've been dealing with this migraine that's been pretty much for 3 days. It leaves and then comes back. And I got up this morning and I was just like, oh my God, again, again, hello, 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 happy New Year, sweetheart. So I did some work on sexual assault trauma, in fact. And so I've been processing through that. And also, that leads to some father issues. And so getting to work on those. Okay. Oh, I can mod you on this. Wait, I'll add mod to this one here. Just give me a second. We'll continue talking about it. And don't worry, it's not going to stay. That's a dark conversation. We're just going to talk about processing things, right? We're going to talk about how we can process through those big emotions. There. There. So yeah. So there's a lot of different ways that we can process through big emotions, but we need to allow ourselves the opportunity to do that. And many times we don't. It's really easy to go into distraction, right? To just, buenos dias. It's really easy for us to distract ourselves with other things. whether that be TV or gossip, drugs, alcohol. There's all kinds of things that we distract ourselves with. Scrolling, scrolling, right? Instead of sitting, right? Instead of sitting with it, hi Ashley. Instead of sitting with our emotions or just feeling them, and you know, part of that's because as children we maybe were taught that our emotions were bad in some way, or that we were wrong for having them. So we have that restriction within us that, oh my God, if if I allow myself to express these emotions, I'm wrong, or I'm bad, or I'm going to get in trouble, or I'm going to be made to feel like I'm weak or something, right? So even as adults, when we're experiencing these things, we might have a difficulty in expressing our emotions or feeling into them. And for some of us, if we've experienced certain types of traumas, we might not actually associate with our body, like we might have disconnected from it in a protection mechanism. So you might even feel like numbed out from the emotions that you're experiencing. And for those, it's people. I love you. Grade 1 starts today. I changed everything to a school, Ashley. And and grade 1 is now, we're working on the journey from shadow to light. So the kind of stuff that I'm talking about now is stuff that we address in the group with some practical tools, tools to support you. So one of the things that we're going to do within that group is we're going to start right away with doing breath work, with doing those types of tools. There's so much more. I want to tell you all about it. I want to show you all about it, right? Um, so anyway, I love you. I love you, Ashley. And we're ready for you whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. Are you old? Is that what you are? Can you spell? You still can't spell. Like, I don't understand why you're on my live. I just don't understand why you came into my live. Can I send you away with just a bunch of love? Because I think that you need some love. Like, when you come into someone's live and the first thing that you do is you're like, old, and then start like throwing stuff. I am a grandma. I am. And it's one of my favorite things in my whole life is my grandsons, right? So thank you for the insult in calling me a grandma. Right? Like, thank you for saying I'm one of the most like wonderful things that you could possibly be in the world as grandma. That means that I have children and grandchildren, and that they have children. Like, it's legacy there. Yeah, thank you. That's how you transmute things too, right? You can laugh at things. Mm. Mm. You know what? We should have some music on. I think we should have some music on. I think we should lighten the mood. I think we need to elevate the vibration, right? And that's what we're doing as well in school, is we're elevating the vibration. Good morning. Good morning. Probably not anytime soon, so don't hold your breath. Is it Trolling Thursday? Are we? I think we are. I think we're in Troll Thursday. This is like awesome. Should I share the comment on here, guys? Are you interested in knowing what's going on TikTok? Would you like to know what the conversation topic is? I went from old and grandma to now, good morning from the West Coast. When you gonna oil up for us? Alrighty. You know what? Let's smudge this space, shall we? Let's start with a good smudge. I like a good smudge. I got my windows open. I'm going to call on my ancestors with this smudge, right? Exactly. They're just a little bit confused. But I'm just sending love out there, right? Sending a big wave. You know, if you're not following Truth Wave, you should, but we're sending out a big wave of love, truth, peace, joy, unity, consciousness, right? We're sending it all out. All right. That's okay. They're making me laugh today. And you know what? Laughter is great medicine, right? So enjoy the medicine. There. Ah, it smells so good. It smells so good. Okay. So processing emotions. We were talking about processing emotions. We're talking about processing emotions. So sitting with those emotions and then allowing them the freedom to move through you, right? And sometimes when you sit with the pain, you realize that it's not even pain that you're experiencing, that there's maybe a blockage somewhere, and just by allowing yourself to move through that blockage, the pain goes away. This morning I was still processing through and having the headache, and I was talking with my bestie, and that when you have those intimate connections and you have people that are really close to you, they have this innate ability to open you up to things. And for me, it was, like I'm holding on to a lot of grief, because when you go through the experiences that many of us went through, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, financial, spiritual, sexual, abuse or neglect, when we go through that stuff, I saw this metal chick come in and say grand rising, and I completely lost my track of thought. I love you. Good morning, sweetheart. How are you doing? We miss you. We miss you. It's been a couple of days. It's been a couple of days. No, don't apologize. Don't apologize. You know me. The hamster wheel's turning and then it stops abruptly, and all the squirrels jump off and run around, and I got to catch them and bring them back, and eventually I get back to it. Hmm. Oh yes, the grief. See? It came back. It's the grief. Hi Craig, how are you doing, love? So, so you get talking with my bestie, and her, and reaching into the space of the healing that I've been doing, and working through the sexual assault traumas that I experienced. And she said that she could feel this grief, that there was this underlying grief that I still needed to let go of. And I realized that, a lot of it's that I understand the experiences that I went through. I understand that, I chose them. I understood that, I understand that I moved through all of these experiences to become who I am. I know that because of those intimate experiences with what I had with my traumas, but also my healing journey, that's what I get to bring to you. That this is how I'd like to be able, this is how I can spend that time giving something to you, right? Is because I've experienced it. So you can feel that within me, that I've been through those experiences, not just the experience of the trauma, but the experience of learning how to move beyond it. But at the end of the day, there's still that bit of you that can say, those experiences that you had were really shitty. It really sucked. It was really sad, right? And it's that acknowledgement that allows you to just let go of that grief, to let go of it and say, it's okay to acknowledge that those experiences were really bad experiences for anybody to have to experience. And to be very tender with yourself when you've experienced those things, as allowing yourself to release that emotion. sometimes we can release emotion through crying, right? And we'll, many times, you get chastised as a child about crying. And, I was born in a generation of, if you don't stop that, I'll give you something to cry about. And so you were like, oh, oh, but I'm already sad, but I'm already hurt. Okay, I guess I get more if I continue in this pattern. So then you go, I'm just going to stuff that down. And I'm going to keep stuffing it down. And I'm going to keep stuffing it down. And I'm going to keep ignoring that I have feelings, or ignoring that something hurts and you want to cry. And that's absolutely a natural response to being hurt. So allowing yourself to be in that space where you can now let those emotions flow, let those emotions, the freedom, the space to be felt. They're supposed to be temporary. They're supposed to be felt and then released and let go of. And so this morning I did that, and that's why I was a bit late starting my live, is because I was just processing through some of those emotions and just acknowledging that having, the experiences that I've had, especially when we're talking about the sexual assault experiences that I've had in my life, that was really shitty thing to have to experience, no matter what. And that you can grieve that that child had to go through those experiences. And so I did that this morning, which was really nice. And I suggest that if you're not at that space, that maybe you connect with me and I can get you to the space where you can hold yourself and work through stuff like this. But I didn't start at the deep end. I started at the beginning of it. So the beginning of it, and this is what we're going to do in the beginning of grade 1, is we're going to talk about these particular things. But today we're going to do it here because I think that we could use it. So what I want us to do is some heart-focused breathing. And in this heart-focused breathing, we're going to focus on our breath coming in and out through our heart space. Now, your breath's not actually doing that. You're going to breathe in through your nose, really deep into your tummy, and then fill up your chest. And then you're going to exhale nice and slowly. But we're going to do it over about a 5-second period. So not too big, but a decent length of inhale and exhale. But your focus is going to be here. So if you need to help yourself with focusing there by putting your hand there, then do so. Right? So just put your hand over your chest, and that's where you're going to put your focus while you're breathing in and out. That's the heart focused breathing. I'm doing very well, thank you. And then once we do that, I just want you to think about how proud of yourself you are for taking this moment for yourself to breathe and to center yourself, to activate your immune system, to bring yourself into a space of rest and digest, and just honoring yourself. So just be really proud of yourself for giving yourself this opportunity to connect and to breathe. Okay, so you got the pattern. Breathe in and out over 5 seconds, focus here, and then just think about how proud you are of yourself. That's it. That's all. That's the quick coherence technique is actually what that one's called. Okay, so you ready? The way that I like to do it, I like to start by pushing the air out before we start with the first breath in. So you can start with a nice empty chest, okay? So, and here we go, in. In. Out. In. Out. In. Continue with your breathing in and out over 5 seconds. I'm just going to let anyone that just showed up know what we're doing. We're just doing some heart-focused breathing right now, which is a beautiful way to get your brain and your heart into coherence. It brings your nervous system into regulation. It actually brings you into the function of rest and digest. It heightens your immune system for up to 6 hours following doing this for 5 minutes. It's like washing off your emotional screen from whatever you maybe were experiencing, right? So if you're feeling really anxious, it brings you balance, it brings you calm. And you can even cue it up a little bit more because you can focus on something that makes you feel the emotion of joy or the emotion of love, and you could bring that emotion into your body. And we haven't even been doing it for that long, but I bet you're already feeling a bit better just from that little bit. Once you've got the pattern down, you don't even need to count. You can just keep that nice, slow, steady rate of in and out going while just focusing on how proud you are of yourself. And if you can at this moment, just put a smile on your face. Because if you're proud of yourself, you're going to be smiling, right? Plus, it has this beautiful thing about a smile is when you put a smile on your face, you actually feel happier. How nice is it that you were able to take that little bit of time for yourself? Right? How nice is it that you're able to focus on your breath and on your heart and on being proud of yourself, and you can drastically change the experience that you're having in this moment. You know, if you use this technique before you're going to do something like have a challenging conversation, you're going to go into that conversation in a neutral space or in a positive space energetically. Being in that space is, going to help the conversation head in a better direction, right? If we come into the conversation expecting like, ooh, what's today? Ooh, it's going to be it's going to be, you're bringing in either fear or you're bringing in, another emotion with it. But when we just look at the fear, well, fear is going to have you in fight or flight, or potentially people pleasing or disassociation. It could have you in a variety of different spaces within your nervous system. But when you're in those spaces, your logic center is not on board the way that it should be. That's why after intense conversations, you oftentimes don't remember things. Like after you've had like a really, really charged conversation, or if you went in to see your boss and you're really scared and they're giving you this whole conversation about this, like you need to do this and you need to do that, and then you walk out of the conversation and you're like, I need to do what? Because you can't remember because you weren't laying down the track of memory. And that's a safety technique that we have, or safety mechanism that we have in our bodies, right? Because when you're going through something really traumatic, you can only handle so much of it. So your body separates. Your spirit takes a bit, your mind takes a bit, your body takes a bit, your your mind takes a bit. If your brain can't handle what it's seen, then it just shuts it down, and that's why we have memories that are suppressed, because it just shuts it down. You can't handle that. That's just, you can't handle that. So we're just going to put that away in this little cupboard, in this little box, tucked nicely away, so you don't have to worry about that. You can come back to that someday when you're able to handle what's behind that cupboard or what's in that box. Mm. Mm. This is another thing that's really handy when you are experiencing the release of emotions, or when you're working through your stuff, right? When you're doing your healing. And this is very soothing to me. A warm cup of tea. So after purging emotions like crying and confirmation, Confirmation. Now, I'm not sure if they've got it figured out or not. This can be very helpful too because it's very soothing, right? So you have to look at what are the things that are soothing for you, and and do it in a healthy way. I mean, I know a lot of us, we had parents who maybe treated us with food, or food was like could be a weapon, but food was something that maybe we went to many times and to seek comfort. And there's a reason behind that as well, which we could look at in a healing way, right? Sometimes it's because it was a treat or a reward, so you reward yourself now. It could be that when you felt sad, your mom was like, here, here, yeah, just in case you didn't hear it the first time. Listen, Linda, listen. That's what my guides are saying all the time. Only they're like, listen, Tanya, listen. They're laughing at me right now. Right. I'm like, they knew what they were working with when they signed up. They knew I was a free loving spirit, and I was going to blaze my own path, and I was going to do things my way, and it was going to be like herding a squirrel. Like, have fun. And then I came in neurospicy, and well, I do love to have a good talk. It's the us. It's the us. It's the Aquarius us, the Sagittarius us, the Taurus. I don't know. Taurus is kind of on the edge. I don't know if we invite Taurus into this. So this year is a 9 year. Let's talk about some other stuff. Let's move beyond. We'll move into some good energy, raise some things. I was going to put some, let me see, guys. Let me get some music on. Hang on. Apologize for the view. Oh, why wouldn't you just have it already? Oh, come on. Because of course I wanted to do it and be nice, and now I'm like, it's just right up in there. Right up in your space. Oh yes, let's do this one. Nope, this might not be the right one I thought it was. And I have to turn the volume down, that's for darn sure. I don't want it that loud. That's better. Oh, no. Yes. When we're talking about, yeah, we're going to do that now. Exactly. So 9 is a completion year, but 9 is also ruled by the sign Mars. So guess what we're going to be dealing with, guys? We're going to be dealing with some masculine, a lot of masculine energy. Right? A lot of like father wounds, or just the masculine wounding that we've experienced through our lives. We're going to be really processing through a lot of structures and control. It's a lot. Guess who's that, Taurus? My Snea. Right? Carol's a Taurus, right? We've got a few Tauruses on our crew in the school. Our school has a few Tauruses. Whoa. We're not doing a whole bunch of cards. We're not doing a whole bunch of these ones. These ones are powerful. I think maybe we'll save these ones for the collective. I'm going to do these cards, but I'm going to do them in an intuitive way. Okay, so these cards I'll show to your screen in just a second. Okay. So this is the card that's reminding you about the power that you have, that one candle can light 100 more. So don't be afraid to shine your light. Okay? They need it. If you fail to light your light, think about the hundreds of lives that aren't going to get lit up because you didn't. right? So be the candle, be that inspiration for Nisi. I was actually thinking of it in a different way. I was thinking of it in a different way, which is why I said I don't know if Taurus gets in there. But then when I realized how we were actually talking about it, I totally agree. Taurus is in the us category. Definitely in the us category. But yes, we love the bear. The bear is reminding us of our ancestry, but of our animal totems. And this is asking us to connect into and find out what our animal totems are and use them as medicine, right? So you can, you can look at what is the medicine of bear spirit, or what is the medicine of, owl, what is the medicine of grasshopper, whatever it is that comes up that you feel resonates with you. So when we close our eyes and we check in with ourselves, so we do that. We just put our hand over our heart, drop our awareness into that space. And you can just ask yourself, who are my totem animals? And you might get a vision of animals, you might get a knowing, you might hear something, you might sense something, but whatever it is, allow that to come up to you. And then access what it is with the specific totem animal that comes up for you. So for these two, I'm actually going to read them because I can't remember. I mean, I could intuit what they mean, but I actually want to read the message of those two particular cards. So give me a second. I wasn't working with a full deck, guys. Cards from yesterday. So land, mountain, sun. There we are. There's definitely a yawn every time you see the bear. Okay, so your aspirations and accomplishments are a gift to your tribe. Okay, this one. As you achieve and then expand your vision to align with what you want to achieve next, and then achieve again, and so on and so forth, you're not just living giant, you're giving others permission to achieve this way too, and to expand their reality constructs as you do. Your evolution inspires their evolution, but you can only achieve greater and greater things when you are 100% authentic and remain true to your vision. You must be in total alignment with your own unique mission to be able to access the doorway that leads to these ever-expanding triumphs. You're being asked to step into your purpose and to allow it to take you to great heights. Do not compromise the integrity of your vision. Stay true to yourself every step of the way and allow those steps to lead you to peaks of possibility you didn't know were possible. Pretty powerful card there at 3344. All right, the other card, Sky Lightning Star. Okay. You've been shining bright like the amazing lit leader of legacy that you are. Your gifts and your essence and your expression are having a powerful impact on those around you. The path you walk may not be easy, my love, but it is a path of honor and integrity. The purity of your heart and the impeccability of your spirit radiate forth as a shining example for your community. Your tribe wants to honor you for all the inspiration and beauty you radiate and reflect. The spirits want to bless you with opportunities and with doorways to abundance. Let yourself receive these gifts. Avail yourself of rewards and surprises that reflect your greatness. How beautiful is that? Right? That's pretty powerful. That's pretty powerful. And I feel it, right? I feel it for us all. I feel this energy that's like, it's moving, right? It's happening. It's happening. Right? Other people maybe feel like the energy is moving in a direction that's negative. They maybe feel like they're being pushed into a, or that, that the world is headed in a really scary direction. and maybe they're looking at doom and gloom. The video that I posted this morning on TikTok actually talks about that, and it's like, well, if you think that the world is ending, if you're running around with your, and I didn't say it this way, but this is how I'm saying it now, but if you're running around in Chicken Little Land where you're like, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, then why aren't you doing everything that you, like the most amazing things for yourself right now? Why aren't you, like if you, you know, like you should be living as if it's your last year then, right? Not doing like just the, like, why not live it to your fullest if you think that that things are going to come to an end, right? Why waste any more time? Why delay anything? Why not go and have fun and, you know, enjoy yourself? If you're trapped in a job you can't stand, go chase your dreams. If you're trapped in a, you know, in a relationship that's toxic and unhealthy, then go be by yourself and love your life. Just love every bit of your life to its fullest, right? Especially if you think it's all ending, right? And even if you don't think that it's all ending, you think that we're birthing a beautiful new earth, well, that new earth gets birthed through each one of us collectively, making that consciousness the reality. So we have to keep working towards the reality that we want to see collectively, one after another, of everybody getting on board that we have the power to shift the things that are happening in the world. The power of the people is true. But we're going to get there by doing things that are in alignment with us and that we love. All right, got to get some other cards out here. Ooh, actually. And speaking of, absolutely. Absolutely, it's been a while. Let's do the spirit animal deck. All right, so let's see. 2025, collectively. What's the spirit animals have to say for us? What are we looking forward to? This collective here, the people that align with me, my vision, my mission, my passion, my purpose, right? If you're here to transcend, if you're here to walk through the, you know, the shadows that you have and get to the light, if you're here to transcend, then what is your message? Well, we've got our starfish spirit. Open to infinite possibilities. I love this card. Just beautiful. We've got the scarab beetle. Magic works through you. Oh, that looks really good on YouTube, guys. If you're not following me on YouTube, and this wasn't a plug for that, but it's just it's picking it up in more detail. That's really cool. The picture on the scarab beetle's back. Maybe you guys can. Is it focused on it now? See that? Isn't that beautiful? Hi, Dark Till Dawn. And then we have the moth spirit asking us to surrender. Happy New Year to you too. Alrighty. And the surrender to how powerful you are, surrender to how magical you are, surrender to the abundance that is your birthright, surrender. Oh, I have to show that now. This is on the bottom. And you know me in 14, or in this case 41 and 144 and all those numbers there. Nightingale spirit. Love is all around. You are love. You are the expression of love. That card is so cute. I might have to try to paint that as a watercolor today. That little bird. Love is all around. It's in you, it's around you, it's everywhere, right? It's right? So what else is the collective? What else is coming for the collective 2025? Ooh, yes. Yes. Look at that. We've got quieting the mind. This is really important, right? This is important. right? When we allow our mind to run things, we're usually running ourselves into like the past or into the future and into negative spaces. Our brain thinks that it's protecting us by, forecasting like, oh, this negative thing could happen to you because that negative thing happened to you before. So because it's happened in the past, there's a likelihood it'll happen again. So we're just going to protect you, and we're going to think that everything is going to be that potential thing because we want to hopefully not see it. But what we're doing is by focusing on it, bringing those things to us. So this quieting the mind. But the other thing that my guides are saying about this card is it's about discernment as well. Right, we need to connect with ourselves. We need to sink into our body and connect to our energy. And we need to start being more aware of how things feel to us on an energetic level. Because that's when you really can discern a wolf from a sheep, the truth from a lie. If you were to see, let's say, an alien, right, appear, if you can sit with your energy and feel, you'll know whether or not that feels familiar or feels different or feels wrong or feels scary, right? You can feel it through your energy, not through your brain, but our brain would take us to the fear space. That's what the message that had to come from that. I'm like, where did the other cards? There were 2 more cards that were in the collective. So we've got a powerful move that's happening, and we've also have feeling the world, right? And we are seeing a lot of this. A lot of us are tapped into the energy of the world, and that's why we need this card of quieting the mind and discerning things. I talk about this because of, being someone who works in spirituality and works with energy. And I can feel the energy of the world, but you have to choose not to. You have to allow yourself the opportunity to detach from that. You can observe it and you can recognize it for what it is, but you don't have to bring it to you and make it a home, right? It serves you no purpose to dwell on this is happening or that is happening or that's happening and I feel bad or I feel sad or I feel scared, because you're feeling it. And then you're sending that energy out into the world and you're going to receive more of it. And if we're focused on it, if we've talked about how what we focus on grows, so if we focus on it, is that what we want to grow? It's not. So many people will talk and it's not about toxic positivity, because there's an awareness. There's an awareness that this stuff is happening, and this is what we talk about in grade 2 and learn is we sit within this awareness of what's going on around us, and then we do the spiritual work that is necessary so that we keep our vibration elevated and we help to raise the vibration of the collective. That's grade 2 at the School of Light. So but this is, if we allow ourselves to feel too much. But the other thing, and my guides are interjecting with this and they're reminding me that there's a message here from Mother Gaia for us to connect to her, to feel her, and to listen to the messages that she's sending us. Yes. So many of us, we walk on the ground and we don't realize that it's a sentient being. Even though we would maybe acknowledge that a tree is alive or that the birds and the bees and, the things around us, that they're living, many of us have them categorized as less than because they aren't considered to be sentient like we are. But all of Mother Earth is a sentient being. So feel her and sense into what she's asking, what she needs, and how can we be a steward for her going forward. Yeah. Thank you. And a powerful move, right? We're seeing structures changing, and I just talked about how it's a 9 year, and 9 is the number for Mars. And Mars is about forward motion. It's about all of the really masculine energy, right? Mars is the masculine energy within, while Venus would be the feminine, would represent the feminine energy. So that Mars energy is here, and we're going to see a lot of these power structures, these dynamics start to fail around us. And there's going to be a lot of powerful moves that are going to be made in the next little while. And again, we have to come back to here, of feeling and sensing with the earth and discerning with ourselves about what is the truth when we see these moves being made, so that we can keep our power. And our power is our attention, our awareness, right? Our attention. What are we buying? As that buying power is absolutely huge. Right? If you're still buying things from people who are known to be pedophiles, or if you are purchasing things from, places where that they use slave labor, or, when you think about, I saw a reel today that was talking about, what do you think is the worst sport for like having, like criminals and stuff like that within it. And so he went through all the stats, like how many are on abuse charges, how many are on, who have had jail time, how many have bankrupted companies, how many have sexual assault charges, like, and on and on and on and on and on, of all these different criminal things. And he said, so which one do you think it is? Do you think it's the NBA, or do you think it's the NFL? And the guy was like, I think it's the, I think it's the NFL. And he's like, wrong. It's the politics, the politicians. This is about the U.S. government. And the U.S. government has more, is like full of all these criminals. Shouldn't that be a prerequisite? Don't you think that should be a prerequisite, that they should have no criminal records? Like, I think that, like, do we not have those? Like, I know that there's a lot of, as a nurse, I have to get a criminal record search done before I can work with a vulnerable population. So you think that in order to govern a population, that you would have to have a criminal record search that was clean, and a vulnerable sector search done as well? Wouldn't that make sense? I think that would make a lot of sense, but I'm just me. And that's off topic of what we're doing right now. So things are going to be bearing fruit. We're going to be harvesting the fruits, and I think a lot of us are feeling that energy right now, where we're sensing that this is happening, that the energy is moving forward in a much better way, and we're starting to tap into that fact that, or feeling that we're going to start to see those changes. We're going to start to see abundance coming in. We're going to start to see all that. The results of our efforts they're finally paying off. That's what my guides are saying. The results of people's efforts are paying off, because people are starting to turn away from the establishment. They're starting to turn away from the things that are fluff and stuff like that, and they're going to start to, as they're waking up more and more, they're going to be looking for guides and mentors, and they're going to be looking for people that can help them, even just a friend who can talk to them and they can understand. Okay. So yeah, we've got Orion activation, which is about a supernova. It's recreation, it's renewal, and it's about being rebirthed by light. So allow yourself to be rebirthed by light. Shine the light on the darkness within you, and shine the light on the darkness everywhere else. It's the only way that we can bring it to light, right? We have to be willing to talk about the things that are being experienced, and transmute that energy with love, and make the changes where the changes are necessary. Okay, we'll do some cards. We got a half hour. Okay, we've got a half hour. I'm going to give this card before we get started, though, because I didn't have anyone in mind yet. So we have the Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. Is just the. Thank you. That was a good message. That was cute. Let Spirit be your guide. Let Spirit show you the way. All right, what does Ashley need to hear today, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Ashley? Hi, Sherry. Welcome, love, and heart to heart. Oh my gosh, so many beautiful things being birthed right now. Aw, I'm going to give you these 3 cards, Ashley. We've got the bear. Look at that big, beautiful bear. All right, the brown bear. So he's asking you to take time out, Okay. And I know that this is about the healing journey, and I love that it's a number 9. I love that it's a number 9 for you. And we've got the be peace. Okay, so our beautiful dove spirit. Okay, be peace. And finally, whoop, no, I showed you him already. And finally, cow spirit. The miracles are endless. Okay, the miracles are endless. Oh my goodness, Ashley. This is even way more significant, guys. Look at the peace one, 21, 3. The 15, 6. I can't, 6. And 9. The card's 3, 6, 9. With one card saying, the miracles are endless. Like, Ashley, that's huge. 3, 6, 9. Wow. Wow. It's time. It's time. Like, you're going to be so rewarded for going on this healing journey. That you're going to be so rewarded for taking time out, for learning to be what you want to see in your life. Those miracles. I know I had to put my shawl on because I got my goosebumps everywhere. I'm glad I had my shawl with me. Oh my gosh, the miracles are going to be endless. Like, I love you so much, Ashley. That's just beautiful. All right, I can't remember. Dark Till Dawn. Dark Till Dawn. What does Dark Till? I love you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, that's too many cards. That's too many cards. We got 5 cards. That's too many. Too many. Too many. I was checking though. I was counting the numbers. I was like, did we get another cool number combo? All right. What's the number? 369. What does Dark Till Dawn need to know? Dark Till Dawn. Leave a good message, Spirit. Who's her spirit guide? Dark Till Dawn. I know it's within those cards that was there, but it'll get more look it. Could we just get 1 or 2 cards, please, Spirit? Okay, that's better. That's better. Okay, I like it though. We've got this. This was one that came out in the original 5, so I know it's the one that needed to be seen. And I was going to give it to you anyway, this beautiful turtle spirit. But I didn't want to allow my own personal influence make me pick the card because I'm Turtle Clan from the Mohawk First Nations. And so I have an affinity for turtles, just say. And so I didn't want to let that influence me. So I'm glad that it came back out. So Turtle Spirit is about slow and steady wins the race. And it really is about just taking your time and making sure that it's, a lot of times we rush it and then, we get it out and it's, to get it done. But if we just take a little bit longer or we put a little bit more of details into it, then what we end up putting out is really way more in alignment with what we want, or it's more at the level that we really want to be putting it to the world, instead of putting it out soon and having like maybe some mistakes and stuff like that. So this is just about slow and steady wins the race. But we've also got the Scarab Beetle coming back out for you, and that is about magic works through you, and it is a very magical time for you. Like, my guides are, it's just about applying. It's really about just making sure that when whatever you're working on, that you're putting that, it's almost like love, like putting and I want to say putting your heart into it, but you're putting yourself in it, right? Like, it's, if you look at, that little self being right in the center of the back of that scarab and all the magic that's around it, right? That it's just, it's working through you, and it works through you when you are in alignment with yourself, and you are also open to the fact that you are a miracle and that you create miracles all the time and experience miracles all the time. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Leslie. How are you, love? Yeah, yeah. All right, Flory. What does Flory need to hear? Can I get a good message for Flory today? Please, Spirit. Aw. All right. I want from this deck as well, because I'm going to give a couple, or at least 2 cards. Can I get a good message for Flory? Spirit, can I get a good message for Flory? Okay. Literally, the card that came up is fork in the road. And I think you know that because you're in the process of, moving beyond a particular relationship. And, maybe you're with these decisions that you need to make. So the card that came out originally for you from the spirit animal deck is the sandpiper spirit, which is just such a playful little spirit. I don't know if you've seen sandpipers down by the water before. I'm sure you must have. You must have, Flory, or more than likely have. But anyway, they're such a playful little spirit. So in your choosing the direction of where to go, it's about connecting to your inner child and that playful spirit and your authentic self, and allowing that to lead the way, but lead the way through love and joy, not in that, because sometimes we get into these situations and it is a tough situation, right? It's a tough situation, but we can make it more difficult for ourselves by the energy that we choose to embody in that experience, or the way that we determine to look at that experience. If we look at a breakup as, like, oh, this is the worst thing that's happened, then it's going to feel really, really awful. If we look at it as, this is the best thing that could be happening for me, because it's obviously not the person that I'm meant to be with. It's obviously not a beautiful relationship, or we would be in a beautiful relationship. The fact we're breaking up proves that we're, there's something that's not in alignment. So whatever that is, I let it go with love, knowing that as I heal through whatever those experiences were, that I'm going to open myself up to love again, and that this is a freeing thing, right? In Japan, they have a habit of, and if you look at Honda, his name was Ken Honda. He wrote a bunch of books about really about loving your money. It's about just a different way of having a relationship with money, but it's the same thing with a lot of stuff, right? It's how your relationship is with the information. But if you get divorced, his uncle was very known for, no matter what happened to you, you lost your job, you got a divorce, he didn't matter, he'd come in and he'd go, congratulations on the divorce, congratulations on losing your job, now you can go find a job that's really in alignment with you, congratulations for getting divorced, because now you can go and find the person that's meant for you, right? That's the way that he would share that information with you. And it's kind of this energy coming in here. Just allow yourself in that playful spirit, and know that, allow the grief to flow, but also realize it from the aspect of, this is moving me forward in the right direction. Okay. All right, who's next after Flory? Maggie. Whoa, Maggie, they came out like that. They were popping, and they popped out a few. But so we've got, for Maggie, we've got Turkey Spirit, and this is about giving with grace and gratitude. And oftentimes we'll get into situations where people are giving, but they're giving with that underlying, there's always that little underlying thing about, what am I getting back? Or I'm giving to you so that I can receive what I'm giving to you. I was like that in relationships a little bit, right? I would be like, oh, I would love it if I would get like cute little notes left cute little notes left somewhere, right? And so I would do that for them, but then they weren't doing that for me, but that's not the way that you need to be giving it, right? I should have been just doing it because that's who I am and that's what I want to do, and that's that. But oftentimes we love from the aspect of how I want to be loved is how I love somebody else, instead of actually finding out how they want to be loved and loving them the way that they like to receive it. We've got, whoop, puzzle time. It's puzzle time. Ooh, that's a pretty picture. Let's just get caught on this. Oh, she's not even here now? So I'm reading for us just as a general reading. Just wake up, Maggie, I got something to say to you. Isn't it from Rod Stewart's Maggie May? And that's the song that came in my head when I actually started with the cards, was Maggie May. All right, so who's next? And you know what? If we don't have to stay until, because I'm going to leave a little bit before noon anyway, so I can get ready for class at noon. Nobody. Hello, Nona. Ooh, maybe that's why. Wake up, Maggie. Ooh. That's the card that just came out. She does have something to say to you. What does she have to say to you? What does she have to say? Oh my God, I have chills. Chills. What does Crystal's mom have to say for a message, Spirit? Can I get a good message from Crystal's mom? There's so much in this card. When mom comes in, she comes in with a big message. Know your worth. And I think that this is in reference to one particular individual that we both know, maybe representing by a lion, right? Yep. Make sure you know your worth. Make sure you know your worth. All right, I'm going to see if there's anything I picked up the Rose Oracle as well. Yeah, that's the first thing that just came to mind as soon as I looked at the card. So I had to say it. Okay, your mom's going to make me say it anyway. Okay, is there anything else, Mom? All right, there's clarity coming in. There's a new beginning. There's clarity coming in, a fresh start, positive outlook. And within that positive outlook is knowing your worth. And there is a divine masculine that's there, the sacred masculine that's around, the brothers of the rose. There is a sacred masculine that's coming in that will honor, protect, and support you. So, but know your worth. Know your worth. Okay, Mom. Noza. Oh, I put my cards in the wrong deck. That's why that felt so weird. No. Oh my goodness, I really messed up my cards this time. I threw them all over the place. I love you. Oh, and that's another thing. She loves you very much. And she knows that this year was really, bittersweet. But she was there with you. And she's trying to give me an image, I feel like there's like twinkling lights or something like that. Like some, were you having some weird thing happening with your lights? Like were the lights like, maybe. Or was there something about your like your mini lights this year? Yeah. So it's like there was some message in that. I yeah, she just kept like even when I would close my eyes, I would like blink, 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 like I can see and feel the blinking of the lights, and it came out like almost like it was like an SOS. So that's why there was a message there. Very cool. Very cool. Aw. It's like I'm there. I'm all around you. Think about what was happening when you saw them, when you saw that, and connect to it. It might help you to get clarity on what she was trying to get you to think. Okay. Noza, what does Noza need to hear? Spirit. Oh wait, we're doing spirit animals. Noza, what does spirit? What does Noza need to know? What does Noza need to hear? I love you. Ooh, let spirit be your guide. So are you connecting to your spirit or to your higher self? Or are you doing that, Noza? Do you connect to your higher self, or do you connect to spirit? Oh, co-create, which is the card in this deck, which is about connecting to your, so there's co-creation. That's about like everything that you're meant to bring to the world, you're co-creating with spirit. You should be connecting with yourself, your higher self, your spirit, and also connecting to spirit and doing things in relationship with the collective, right? Like what are you doing that you're bringing to the collective as opposed to like for like very selfish means, right? And so there's this co-creative partnership. So I feel like he's trying to give you messages, or he's trying to give you insight, or he's trying to get you, like, if we call the, your higher power, God, if we call it He, Father Sky, Source, Spirit, Allah, Buddha, Creator, whatever you refer to it as. But I feel like they're trying to get this, that you're getting lots of inspiring ideas, but you're not doing anything with them, or that you're just creating or doing things for the sake of doing them, but you're not connecting with your spirit, right? What do you mean, what about bad spirits? What about bad spirits? I do see, but I don't deal with bad, I don't work with bad spirits. I don't work with dark energy. Right? I align with God, I align with my higher power, and that's where I work from. I protect myself. That's what I teach in school as well, is you got to protect yourself, right? If your belief system creates your reality, then the fact that you believe in, that capability, then you open yourself up to it, right? Well, why do you think that there's bad spirits around you? Why do you think, what are you doing, right? What are you doing to open yourself up to it, right? Alcohol is known to be called spirits for a reason, right? So are you ingesting alcohol? Are you, there's lots of things, right? Lots of things that you can be doing, or even working with dark spirits or working with dark energies. right? When you're idolizing a star, if you don't know what that star is all about, let's say you're idolizing Beyonce, and let's say Beyonce is all about devil worship, and then and I'm just, this is just a speculation. I'm just using this as a this is entertainment purposes only. I'm just using it because many people know Beyonce, so they would not, necessarily ascribe to this viewpoint. So, if how do you heal? Well, you can join class 1, grade 1. Asking me how do you heal, like that's a big it depends. What are you healing from? Right? Okay guys, I'm gonna close it up here. If there's any other cards before I leave, then I'll get those cards going. But then we're gonna head over to class 1 to our school. We're going to school. Class begins at noon, so I've got to be there. I'm the teacher, so I have to be there. So anybody want a card before I go? Ooh, look at that beautiful vodka spirit. Life's a mystery. Life is a mystery. Ooh, there. Learn from the past. Ooh, I'm pulling my hair out. Oh, I could imagine that. Yeah. All right. Still didn't get the hair out. Right in the middle of the deck. Not a beautiful card, guys. Learn from the past so you don't keep repeating the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. If you're going to put your hand on a hot stove, you're not going to put your hand on a hot stove again. And if you do, well, then you deserve to be burned, right? Because you obviously didn't learn your lesson from the first time. But we have to learn from the past so that we don't keep making the same mistakes. Many times we don't. We go from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship, never healing in between, and just taking all of the hurts and the cuts from the previous relationship and hurting and cutting the next person because of them. So learn from your past so that you don't keep carrying that around with you. And it's okay to put it down. You do not have to hold on to it. That does not benefit you to hold tightly to your past and be like, oh, all of these things, the bad things happened to me. All of these bad things happened to me. This, like, woe is me. Look at me and all these bad things that happened to me. And, like, I'm a poor victim. And that does not help you. That keeps you in that state of being a victim. That keeps you, the best thing you can do is recognize it for what it was, work through it, and let it go. Let it go. Life is a mystery. We can't predict the future, so why sit there in that space of trying to predict it? And most times predicting it from a negative space. Just be in the moment. This is literally like being in the moment. And lastly, I'm just going to give you the Nightingale again because I split the deck and she came out again. So love is all around you. It's all around all of us. You just merely have to go within to find it. Love starts with you. It begins in here, right? Your love begins inside of you. And when you find love inside of you, you're not running around seeking it everywhere else to fulfill yourself because you're already self-full, right? That's what we want to be, is self-full, so that we're not looking to be fulfilled externally, okay? So that's it for today, guys. I love you. I will see you guys back here on... Tuesday. I don't think it'll be that much longer. It won't be that much longer, okay? But we're off to school. We're off to school, so if you want to come and hang out with us, come and hang out with us. If you didn't get a card this time, then please, by all means, come back on Tuesday when I do Tarot Tuesday, and you might get a card then, depending on whether or not I'm doing cards for everybody, or I'm doing longer readings and allowing my guides to choose. If that's the case, then it's all in what my guides choose for who gets the reading that day. It could be you. But beyond that, I love you guys. Have a beautiful, blessed day. And if you're looking to transcend from shadow to, illumination, by all means, check out my webpage and join us in the School of Light. Love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Mwah.